Here with God, day 50. The focus of day 50 is on the knowledge of God. And the reading is from Colossians chapter 1. And it's talking about growing in the knowledge of God and being filled with the knowledge of God's will. In the commentary reading, they talk a little bit about having a right knowledge of God, and how sometimes a wrong knowledge of God, or a misunderstanding about God, or a misperception about God can create a lot of issues for us in life. It can, if we view God a way different than He is, it can really impact our lives and the way we live our lives and how we approach our lives. And in the very end of it, it asks us to consider, is there ever a time when you've had a mistaken idea about God that has negatively impacted your life? And it kind of got me thinking a little bit about some of the things that are going on in our family sometimes, or that are going on in our family right now. And sometimes wondering, I wonder how much of it comes from a misunderstanding about God. And how much of our issues in life could be dealt with better if we had a firmer understanding, a more accurate understanding of the nature and character of God. I know sometimes as Christians, in some branches of Christianity, we sometimes overlook the theological, and we focus on the experiential. And I think there is definitely a place for experiencing God. But my views on that have changed over time. The view of the kind of experiences with God that I want to have changed considerably. What it feels like to be in the presence of God. And the types of encounters that I want to have with God has changed over time. Significantly from when I was younger. And I think sometimes we can pursue those types of experiences with God to the extent of overlooking an understanding of God and a knowledge of God. And I think sometimes that harms us. I think sometimes we would be better served to pursue the dailiness of a relationship with God, rather than looking for mountaintop experiences with God. To pursue the patterns and the habits of developing a life with God, rather than looking for a feel-good experience with God. I think ultimately that results in more of an understanding of God, more of a knowledge of God, that becomes a firmer foundation for the way we approach our lives. So, those are my thoughts on day 50.